Sam, have you seen Benson? Where the fuck is he?
I've got no idea, but we need to go on.
Well, when was the last time you saw him?
About 40 minutes ago.
Right, well, we're gonna be late, so let's just give him 20 seconds and then we'll say he's fucking nervous or something.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Benson.
Meanwhile, in the ladies' toilets. It's raining. Oh, I wish I'd had that burrito last night. It's really giving me some grief. Oh, get out of me! Nothing but net, and the referee calls time.
Warning. This show contains strong language and extreme silliness. In the likely event of a fire, remember to put out yourself before the person next to you. Emergency exits are situated somewhere. Killer Rabbit accepts no liability for a loss of belongings, dignity, or sense of humor. Killer Rabbit Podcast. Live!
Good evening, Wembley!
Sam, Wembley was last night.
Oh, sorry. Hi first. How we doing? Welcome to Killer Rabbit Live, and have we got a show coming up for you? Now, let me just say thank you to everybody for coming out. It's one thing to listen to our nonsense for free in the comfort of your own home, but it's something completely different to come to the other side of Yorkshire and pay money to see this. So we thank you all. Seriously, thanks for coming out. And a massive thank you as well to the Podcast Social Club for putting on this wonderful event. So here we go. I'm going to get my money's worth out of this. Come on. Now let me waste no more time before I introduce my co-contributor. It's none other than Mr. Adam Chase. Now you may have noticed that we are missing a member. Judging by the smell outside, I think he's pretty nervous. So I think the only way that we're going to get him out here is if you raise the roof. I know you've already done it a few times, so I know you can do it. So let's hear it for Benson, everybody. Let's get Benson out here. Come on! Come on!
I don't think it's good enough yet.
Say again?
I don't think it's good enough.
It was all right, but I think we can do better.
I think we can do better.
Help me out, Adam. Come on! Come on!
Yeah, they're there.
Welcome, Benson, everybody.
Come
We're all
on.
here. So,
Hello.
thanks for coming out, as we say. This is the first ever live podcast we've ever done. We've only been going 6 months yesterday. It was our 6-month birthday, so, well, half birthday, isn't it, technically?
Half birthday, yeah.
And apparently there's another birthday in the room as well. She said she'd only come out if we wished her a happy birthday. So where's Fran? Fran, stick your hand up.
There she is.
Everybody look at her, make her embarrassed. There she is.
Come on.
Let's have a big happy birthday for Fran, folks. Yes. Okay, so a little bit about the show. Adam, Benson and myself, we got a bit disillusioned with modern media. We got bored of Brexit, pissed off with politics, sick of sport, tired of Trump, and everything else. So what we decided to do is comb the darkest reaches of the internet to find the most silly, stupid, and funny stories that we could. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go through some stories that we found. We have no idea what stories each other has brought, so hopefully we haven't brought the same one, because that would be embarrassing. And it's kind of grown from there. So we've got quizzes, we've got games, we've got music as well coming up, and you will have noticed on your seats, there were some sheets on your seats. Yeah? Got some sheets on your seats? Has anybody not got a sheet?
Does anyone give a
Somebody
shit?
in the back
give a
hasn't got a sheet. Have we got some spare sheets? We've got some paper. Because we want as much interaction from you guys as you're going to get from us. So you'll be playing along. We've got a little game called Fact Hunt that you'll be playing along with a bit later on. And we've got a quiz as well, and there'll be prizes for the quiz. So yeah, play it. Thank you, yeah. Can we have another woo? We only had us wooing. Thank you.
There
We didn't make a sign for the woo.
Thank you. Now, if you like what you hear tonight, you can find us online on all the usual places, on the socials, on facebook.com/KillerRabbitPod, twitter.com/KillerRabbitPod, and instagram.com/KillerRabbitPod, or you can email us at killerrabbitpodcast@gmail.com. And if you really, really like us, you can come and get us on patreon.com/KillerRabbitPod, where you can give us some money.
Money!
Money!
We need money.
On there, we've got loads of extra content, loads of extra shows, extra videos, access to exclusive merch, and everything else in between. And why do we have a Patreon, Adam?
Because we fucking hate adverts.
We fucking hate adverts.
We
Who
hate
doesn't
them.
hate adverts? And we give our solemn promise, even if we get massive, that we will never feature an advert on the Killer Rabbit podcast. Isn't that right, Benson?
New from Killer Rabbit. Are you fed up of your hands not being enough to carry your personal belongings? Not looking cool or fashionable with your overcrowded pockets? Or finding you don't have enough room for hoarding the last 20 years worth of your life in a handbag, Ruth? Then try the new KRP officially legally branded two-tone Dulux classic cotton tote bag with new linear induction streamlined zips for a smooth glide opening action. Only £999 and 69 pence.
So yeah, no adverts. We don't do adverts.
No,
Absolutely no
none of that,
adverts.
None
We
of
don't do
that.
adverts.
If you would like to hire us to make an advert for you, however, is that an advert?
Is that an advert?
we
Asking
can
if
get
they
hired out to
advertising
make-
ourselves, is that an advert? No, it's not, Benson, no.
Very good then. We can make an advert for your local business.
So I see that you've got some stuff in this bag, Sam.
I have. I brought some stuff along, just some kind of visual prompters in case we run out of ideas.
So it's an ideas bag.
An ideas bag.
An ideas bag. What's in the ideas bag?
Do I need to go? Oh, go on then.
I think you need to go through what's in the ideas bag.
So I got one of these.
Nah, skip that.
How about this?
See, that works only now and again.
Now and again, once in a blue moon.
Sam, we spoke about this. If you have to explain it, then it's really a shit gag.
No, Benson. This is a shit gag. Hey!
Be careful, loose articles will be flying around during the presentation.
By the way, the show is just 2 hours of us pulling things out of the bag. I hope you're
That's
prepared
it,
for
that is it.
And, oh my God, what the hell are these? Oh, jeez.
How did you get them? They were fresh on yesterday, them.
So, let's hear it for the bag. Let's hear it for the bag,
For the
folks.
bag.
Go on.
Hey.
Hey.
I think it's time though that we get on with it.
Get on with it.
Get on with
Get
it.
on with
Get
it.
on with it.
So, Benson, you've brought us a story, have you not? Maybe I should have rephrased that.
That blank expression.
Have you brought us
says
a
it all.
story, maybe?
I thought we weren't following the normal podcast episode thing this time.
We're still doing stories though, aren't we?
Hopefully. Maybe he's not.
I'll just make one up on the spot. You know.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
So sometimes during the episodes, I do like to test my cohorts and remove
Cohorts.
cohorts.
Co-host.
Co-host.
Sorry. Cohorts. And what I'd like to do is remove a word from the title of.
I thought you were going to say your trousers. Then.
Yeah, that normally happens.
Well, when we're recording summer, that definitely happens. So I'm going to remove one word, and then maybe you or maybe the audience can guess what the word is that I've removed from the official newspaper headline.
Okay.
Okay.
So, after 18 years, a man finds blank up his nose, which he had forgotten he stored there.
Stored? Who stores things?
Who
up the
stores-
nose?
This man?
Is that where you keep things?
Well, this guy does.
What
So,
you need instead of a nose is a Killer Rabbit podcast about branded bag. That will do the.
do you mean the
that'll do
KRP
trick for you.
officially legally branded two-tone deluxe classic cotton tote bag with new linear induction streamlined zips for smooth
You've
gliding?
got
That's
quicker.
exactly what I mean. That is exactly what I mean. Of course, yeah.
Only £999.
a crayon?
No, it's not a crayon.
A toy car.
No, that'd be funny. No, it's not a toy car either.
A parcel shelf from a 1994 Vauxhall Nova.
Have you read this story?
Oh, sorry.
Anyone in the audience?
Seaman.
Seaman? Yeah, generally.
Yeah, well, if you've got some stuck up your nose, that's just a bit weird.
That's a you problem.
Anyone else want to throw any hazard a guess?
Tiddlywink.
Tiddlywink, that would make sense. Quite
I
small.
don't think it's right from your response. Yeah.
It's incorrect, unfortunately.
I always store my tiddlywinks up my nose, to be fair.
I bet it's a fun sneeze, isn't it? Take someone's eye out at the same time.
It'd come off at a weird direction, though, wouldn't it, if you've got a tiddlywink up there?
It's always a gamble.
Anyone else want to throw a guess at?
A TV remote? How
A
big is
TV
this
remote.
nose?
That'd be quite cool, though, changing the channel and going,
Every time you sneeze, the TV comes on. I like that idea.
it's not a TV. It's not a TV remote, but good guess. I'll put you out of your misery.
Please do, yeah.
After 18 years, a man finds a balloon of cannabis up his nose, which he had forgotten about.
Just forgotten about.
that he
Is that
stores
because he
up
smoked
there?
so much cannabis they'd forgotten about?
Maybe the fumes got to him somehow during the
And how long was it up there for?
18 years.
So 18 years of
The cannabis is-
perpetually being stoned.
Yeah, the cannabis is now legal to drink.
How did he find it?
How we found it is quite a big part of the story.
All right, okay.
Oh, so you get into that.
So I'm not just reading a title out. That'd be very unprofessional of myself.
And something that you do on every episode of the show.
And then read the story you've never read before afterwards.
So the man in question, which was unnamed on the newspaper
Oh,
article,
Can we call
like
him
a
Frank?
name.
we couldn't call him Frank.
Let's call him Frank.
Frank.
Talk to Frank. Ironically,
Oh,
it's
yeah, I
about
didn't
cannabis.
think of that.
And he was actually in prison
Okay.
at the time, and his girlfriend.
He could have made a killing off that if he'd have found it earlier, couldn't he?
He really could have, but now it's matured, so it could make even more of a killing off.
Is that how it works?
I have no idea. Do you mature cannabis?
It's like a fine wine.
So his girlfriend gave him the balloon, which he placed in his right nostril. So this newspaper article will not give you a name, but it will say which nostril he actually inserted the cannabis balloon into. The package was then pushed into the cavity too deep. That's what she said. And this was all...
Spat that out then, didn't you?
Time that well, fry the mac at the same
Really
time.
well. We've killed him.
If there's anyone first aid trained in the...
You're first aid trained.
good point.
Would you ever trust this guy administering first aid?
What a broken system we have. So yeah, this was trying to evade a prison search. The classic place would be normally the back door.
Yes, it would. That's what I would assume.
That's the first place to check. They're never going to check a nostril.
Get 2 fingers in there.
Must have been pretty deep, though, going down towards...
Well, as I did say, if you were listening,
Towards the brain.
it was pushed way too deep into the cavity.
Okay.
What's too deep?
A solid
Where's the
4
cut-off point?
Yeah.
what we
So
wanna
it just
know.
comes out your mouth at that point.
I don't know how he managed to do it. Like, he just falls back down. So it turns out it's quite an amazing article because it had science involved, which confused me slightly.
You love science, don't you?
Absolutely. And it turns out that your body, if it finds a foreign object within it, it will...
Get high.
his nose was high for 18 years. He had to get a nose job to lower it back down.
Because the nose got
The
actually
nose just set
high.
it up.
It's on his forehead at that point.
So apparently your body produces this like calcium, almost like a stone thing around it, so it encases it.
Oh, right, okay.
And then he thought he just inhaled it and it had gone into his body and it'd come out like a poo-poo.
That's the technical term, right?
That's
Like a
a
poo-poo.
scientific term from the article as well. And then after he got released from prison, he went to his doctors complaining about migraines. Or headaches, as most people have when they call it a migraine.
Ooh.
Oh, no, he
There's
didn't.
definitely some history there.
And people blame politicians on the NHS.
My mum is scowling at you now, by the way. Just to make the point as well that our parents are here tonight.
Yeah, I know.
And we're very nervous about swearing and saying things in front of them. So if we could just get it out of the way and say, fuck,
Shit.
bollocks. Thank you.
Thank you.
My parents are here. They were otherwise engaged tonight, apparently. I'm not good enough for them.
Oh.
Get the all sign out.
Give him an oh.
We remembered everything.
Got one for every
I'm
occasion.
unloved. I have to walk all the way from Leeds with £2.20 in my pocket. I still couldn't get a sausage roll from Greg's. So yeah, he went for a CT scan and they found the cannabis cocooned by the body's defense system. Cocooned.
Nice bit of alliteration there as well. Well done, Benson.
Absolutely.
He has
He doesn't know what
idea
that
what
is.
I'm talking about. He'll take it, though. He'll take it.
Did I say the
So
wrong word again?
visually confused. What?
So they found it. Someone's been putting cannabis in the nose. So, where was I? I can't remember my own story now. This is. So yeah, the doctor found it, removed it successfully.
Hooray!
Hey.
There was much rejoicing at the marijuana party after.
Yeah, they all got high afterwards.
He didn't have to pay for it. He'd paid in matured cannabis instead.
What, instead of his medical bills?
Instead of his medical bills, which was $999.69.
I could buy a Killer Rabbit podcast bag with that.
Jimmy in a KRP official legal branded two-tone deluxe classic cotton tote bag with new linear reduction streamlined zips for a smooth ride opening action. That's the one.
He's going to get his money's worth out of learning that.
Yes.
It's the only thing I had to learn for this whole event.
So is that your story, Benson?
That's about it.
That's his story. Benson's story, everybody.
Hey, go on.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
And it's now time for...
Sit the fuck back down.
It's now time for Fact Hunt, everybody. So
Hey.
your sheets that were on your seats, the
sheety
sheets, the
the
sheety
sheety
sheets. Yes.
Some lucky person will have a sheet in their seat.
If you have a little look at those, right, what you got on there at the top, right, is Fact Hunt. That's Fact Hunt, all right? I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything.
What do you call me?
A fact hunt, okay? So the way fact hunt works is one of us gets given a specific subject to come up with some statements about. One of those statements is a fact. We have no idea. It's Benson's turn tonight. And what subject were you given, Benson?
Well, first of all, I thought you put a lot of trust in me to do this part.
Have you actually done it?
Yes, I did it, I think.
And what's the subject?
So the subject I went for, well, you guys forced upon me, was quite well thought out due to the whole event. So it's actually facts about podcasts.
Hooray!
Oh wait, not facts.
No, facts.
Statements.
Statements.
It's three statements about podcasts. One of
them's
which
a
might
fact.
have some truth behind it. The other two
I
definitely.
hope one of them is fully true, not just a bit of truth.
You'll never know.
So yeah,
Well, we should know
Well,
when you give us the answer.
as long as I know, then it's all right.
so you get to have a listen, and if you put a tick on your sheet, which one you believe the fact to be, once Benson has read out the statements, and then we'll come back. What will happen is, if you get this one right, you get 5 points.
And you get a high five from Sam. He's going to come all the way out and high five you.
All of you. And the quiz will be 1 point per answer as well. And at the end of the show, we'll have a winner. And the winner will get a special one-of-a-kind prize. Ooh. This can't be bought in the shops, folks. This cannot be bought in the shops.
Quite literally.
So, Benson, do you want to go ahead with statement number 1? We'll see what we think.
So, statement number 1. 1 in 5 British people prioritise listening to a podcast over their busy schedules of the day.
How many, sorry?
1 in 5.
1 in 5. Okay.
1/5 of the whole nation.
Okay.
I think that's how 1 in 5 works.
No, that's not how it works at all.
We'll go with it.
Is it not how it works?
You're so unsure.
1 out of 5.
That's exactly how it works.
That would make 1/5.
Oh, you're so mean. You're so mean to him.
What's in this water today? It's not that smart water, it's natural spring water. It's making me thick. So that's fact. That's statement 1. Statement 1. Statement 2 then, the term podcasting came from an article in the Sun newspaper and was pegged by the writer Ben Hammersley.
Okay.
Okay. And then statement number 3, Todd Cochrane.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you just wanted to
Yeah.
say cock, didn't you?
I already don't believe this one.
Todd Cochrane released the first ever book on how to podcast, which we should have really read. And that was in May 2005.
All right, okay.
Would anybody like me to repeat them? It will cost 50p every time I repeat
Per
them.
statement.
No, I think you're good.
Cool, so normally what we do during our actual episodes where we record from the safe environment of a homemade studio, we get a guest in or we do some silly voices to do a voiceover whilst it gives the audience time to think about it. So we're going to introduce someone up to the stage who's actually been a special guest on our podcast before in episode 4 from season 1 and episode
17.
Thank you, I was getting to it.
Yeah, of course you were.
Episode 17 from season 2. It's Mr. Jimmy Grumble as our guest voiceover superstar.
Come on, Jimmy!
Come on, Jimmy!
Come on!
Jimmy Grumble!
Hey, Jimmy!
Jimmy.
Whose mic's he using?
Just use yours.
You want to use my mic? Hey, Jimmy, how are you? Yeah, good. Good? Are you ready for the script?
Give me the bottom sheet.
Okay.
I don't want it getting
Right, ready? Into the mic. Pull the mic up.
So just wait till the music starts and then start reading away.
Still to come on tonight's Killer Rabbit Podcast Live. We have answers to the fact hunt, a story from Sam, a quiz, a story from Adam, and also playing us out tonight, a very special guest surprise. We hope you're not too bored yet and are enjoying this very special live performance of Killer Rabbit Podcast. Do I have to say that?
We thought you would notice, so you'd just read
I
it.
thought we'd hide it in there.
Also, my tiny little nipples went to France.
Hey!
Well, you nearly fell for it, but you
Jimmy
read
Grumble,
ahead.
everybody!
Thank you, Jimmy!
Grumble. Thank you.
Excellent.
Thanks,
Jimmy.
Jimothy.
Okay.
Very professional, more professional than us.
Do you want to quickly go through the statements again? Just
I
so we
will
can
reel off the
find
statements. Have you all ticked a box? What's the point in rereading them then?
Just read them.
I want listening, Benson.
Well,
Okay,
you
I'll be
have
honest.
to ask us as well, maybe.
Statement 1. 1 in 5 British people prioritise listening to a podcast in their busy schedules. Statement 2. The term podcasting came from an article in the Sun newspaper and was pegged by the writer Ben Hammersley. And statement 3. Todd Cochrane released the first...
You say Cochrane.
The first ever book on how to podcast in May 2005.
Okie doke.
Okay.
So, again, this part, we're not going to ask you what you think. I'm just going to throw it to Sam and break it down.
Down. The first one, I think you've probably been a bit cheeky with the numbers there. 1 in 5. I think that's too high. I think it might be 1 in 20 or something like that, maybe. I don't know. It sounds like it's based in fact, but I don't think it actually is a fact. Number 2, I like number 2.
Why?
You like it?
I don't know, just drawn to it.
Just like it.
Yeah, it's just the rule of quizzing, isn't it? If you're not
Okay.
sure, you just go for the second one. So I'm thinking that. And the third one, statement number 3, I'm not buying that just because you put cock in there.
Fair enough.
It's just something you would do to try and throw us off the scent, or onto the scent. So yeah, I'm going to go first. I'm going to go for statement number 2, I think.
Statement number 2, please.
So
Break it down.
I'm with Sam on statement number 1. I think you've just tried to fiddle it a little bit there.
All right.
This is one thing I like to do.
A little fiddle. And 2, well, I'm not going to go with the same one as Sam, so I'll go statement number 3, and not just because it's got the word cock in it.
Can we just get hands up if you went for statement number 1? Not
Have we got a
many.
couple?
Statement number 2? Oh. Statement number 3? Ooh, interesting. If it's statement number 1, you're in pole position there for the quiz points, I think.
So, statement number 1. I stated that 1 in 5 British people prioritise listening to a podcast in their busy schedules. It's actually 1 in 5 Americans.
Sneaky.
I knew you were being
Sneaky.
sneaky.
Because I'm being sneaky, I've kind of imagined these facts out the top of my head.
Well, you can't imagine much out the top of your head.
So, statement number 2. The term podcasting came from an article in the Sun newspaper and was pegged by the writer Ben Hammersley.
Could be like the Times.
The writer was the Ben Hammersley, and it was in the Guardian newspaper.
Sneaky.
Boo! And I also knew that people wouldn't think it was Todd Cochrane because it's of his name. So, yep, he wrote the first ever book in May 2005. I added that in at the end to make you think, is it July 2006?
So yeah,
that was stone cold truth.
if you got
Class.
statement number 3, congratulations. Put 5 points on your little sheet there. I didn't score any. Did you score? Did you win
I
3?
got 5 points,
for
yeah.
Adam,
You know what I
5 points for
realised?
Adam.
I don't get the 5 points.
No, you don't get
Reading them
nothing.
out, so
You get nothing.
I'm already behind in the quiz.
You
Well-
get nothing.
I need a handicap for it.
That's normal, though, isn't it?
Okay, and that was Fact Hunt, folks.
It's Sam's story. Hallelujah, it's Sam's story. Amen, it's Sam's story.
Are you done yet?
Hoping it boring, it's Sam's story. No pressure.
You're still trying to think of things to say.
Yeah, I'm obviously good at improvising.
So yeah, my story comes from China.
Hey,
I don't
China.
think we've had a story from China before.
I
have we?
can't think of one from China. You got to be careful, though, with China.
Why?
Are we going to get in trouble?
You don't want to piss them off.
People watching us.
You don't want to annoy Winnie the Pooh.
So yeah, it's from China. A boy
From
was
local Chinese.
rushed to hospital with severe abdominal pain,
Wow.
and he got
Wow, this is how you pull it.
and he got better.
Oh,
There you go.
okay, that's
That was
fine
my
then.
story. No,
Hey.
so he was rushed to hospital with severe abdominal pain. But why was he having the severe abdominal pain? Well, he got an X-ray. And it turned out he'd inserted 31 magnetic balls into his urethra. Every man in the room just squirmed, crossed the legs a little bit.
It's
I
gone
saw
back
there.
inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've gone back up.
For those unsure, that's your willy hole, your urethra.
The scientific term.
So, is anybody familiar with buckyballs?
You were going to say,
I
was
thought you were
anyone
gonna say
familiar with
you're familiar with
urethras?
Are you familiar with buckyballs? No one's familiar with
What's a
buckyballs.
buckyball?
Well, buckyballs are these little things here. I've got some here. So the little magnetic balls you see, and you can make them into interesting shapes and stuff like that, and twist them around, and they're pretty cool little things. But they've kind of been banned in lots of places because children were swallowing them. So
And
I thought I'd
pulling
bring a
down the
nice
urethra.
visual aid for you, just to show you what 31 of these things look like. Now, he'd crammed these into a hole where you probably shouldn't be cramming things like this. So,
I beg to differ.
So when they realised what was in there, they spoke to the boy. He'd actually had them in there for 2 months. 2 months. And he said he was just exploring his anatomy. So
He's definitely got some balls on him.
he did. I found it interesting that he was old and wise enough to use the phrase exploring his anatomy, but not to know that you don't put magnets in your penis. So that was the interesting bit. Yeah,
Tried to
so
make it into the bionic penis.
I thought, though, it might be
hoping.
useful in a wilderness situation if you've lost your compass, though. What do you reckon? So,
Just
which way
whip
is
your
north?
trousers
That
down.
way!
Don't worry, boys. Follow the cock.
Follow the yellow brick cock. So, yes. So do you know what the doctor was called? Of course you don't. You don't know the article. But what do you think the doctor might have been called?
Dr. Cock.
Dr. Cock?
Balming hung.
No, he was Dr. Wang.
Well, of course he was
Dr.
Dr.
Wang.
Wang, yeah.
100% legitimate. So he made a full recovery. Hooray! Hooray!
Did he use a magnet to remove the other one? Like,
Did they just
swipe it up
like
the shaft?
swipe a magnet down?
Well, no.
and pull them all
What
out?
happened was when they were trying to remove them, because they are actually really strong magnets, they were trying to pull them out individually, and as they were getting them towards the top, it just magnetised back down as well. So they
Straight back in.
They had to inflate his bladder with air to be able
I thought
to
you
get
were going to
them
say they
out.
had to inflate his penis.
Give me them balls.
Well, he was from China. Yeah, that's true. So, being the consummate professionals that we are, we take our investigative journalism work very seriously. So I did some further looking into this. What do you think I found?
The Guinness World Record of magnetic balls put into a penis
It's
shaft.
held by Benson! Congratulations!
Yes, Benson.
No, I looked into it, and Dr. Wang and his team were busy just a week later when another boy went with 53 magnetic balls.
there a
his urethra.
competition?
I don't know. Is this a thing? China, stop putting these things in your cock. That's not what they're for.
You know what they're gonna
Jesus.
they're gonna have to start doing, instead of putting a choking hazard on toys and stuff and things like that, they'll have to put like
Please don't put these in your penis. You'd think that would go without saying, wouldn't you? So yeah, that's it. Big shout out to China for exploring their anatomy. So that was my story. And guys, I think I'm running out of ideas a bit.
Running out of ideas?
Where can we go? Where can we go?
Where do you think we go?
Hang on, what do we do when we run out of ideas?
Where do we
Go
go?
to the idea bag.
The bag! The bag! So I've got something in the bag for you.
What else is in this bag?
The suspense is killing everyone.
I don't think I brought it. Sorry.
What do you mean you
not
didn't
brought
bring
it?
He's not brought it. What are you looking for?
Sam, you are making us look unprofessional.
Yeah, it's Sam that's
I'm
making
really
us do
sorry
it.
about this. I've got it. I nearly lost my train of thought.
That was so bad.
Anybody want to talk about this?
Pass.
Okay. I don't know if I can get away with this one.
Oh, what's this one? Come on.
Come on.
do it.
Chicken.
Chicken.
No.
Oh, he's balled it.
He's fucking
He's
bottled it.
Okay, what about this one? Do you fancy covering this one, Benson?
No, not yet.
Why not?
I'll tell you why not. I'm
Why
going to
not?
come to it later.
Hey!
Yeah, fucking bet you will.
It's that time of the show again where we like to do a quiz. I quite like the quiz. Have a listen to the question and then shout out what the answer is. Okay, I get it. It's your chance to show us that you're smart. I am very smart. And if you fall to pieces, well, at least you played a part. That's okay. It's like watching Pointless or going on the chase. So just sit back and relax and let us quiz on your face.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
Quiz on your face.
Oh no, come on, please no.
Quiz on your face.
Stop that. Stop it. Stop it.
Quiz on your face.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Quiz on your face. Quiz on your face.
Oh, the quiz. Sorry, we've got the quiz. We've got the quiz to do. Right. Apologies. So, if you've got your sheets in front of you, you're about to play along on Quiz on Your Face.
Hold on.
Which is our little quiz that we do.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
All right, yes.
You forgot us.
Sorry, guys. So you can play along as well. Normally, we have a shout out what the answer is policy, as
the
denoted
lyrics.
by the jingle there. However, we've got to be quiet so you can all play along as well. So tonight's quiz We've gone for the classic 8 and break.
8 and break.
Eight questions and a tiebreaker if it's
Okay.
needed.
In case
Remember,
you-
if you got the fact hunt, you can add your 5 points to that as well. So, the quiz tonight is called Rhyme After Rhyme. Ooh. Simple enough one. You'll be given 2 separate clues. You've got to work out both answers for each question, and the answers will rhyme. Make sense? So, okay, I'm going to have to. Okay, let me explain. So, this is an example question. This is not question 1. So, if the clues were.
This is question 1.
No, it's not. So, if the clues were.
It's question 2. What?
No.
I ain't really question 1 yet.
The clues are, example, a noble gas, that'd be 1 clue, and the second one would be complicated business speak. Are you with me?
Jargon.
Argon, jargon, thank you. Down here we've got argon and jargon, so that's an example.
I said
for
one
you.
of them.
Okay?
Do I get half a point now?
Argon and jargon, 2 clues, rhyming answers.
Don't
2
show,
clues,
don't show
rhyming
us the
answers.
answers, Sam. It'll ruin it for me.
I won't show you the answers. Okay, so question 1 then, your 2 clues. The first one is the band who have the best-selling greatest hits album of all time. That's clue number 1. And your second clue is a popular breed of dog. As an extra clue, Snoopy was one. So that's question 1. So 2 clues, both answers will rhyme. A band who have the best-selling greatest hits album of all time and a breed of dog. Snoopy was one.
What rhymes with Chaz and Dave?
Rabbit.
Hey, that was by accident.
Okay, question number 2 then. Still some people thinking, maybe.
Murmuring.
Don't become fair in the answers. There's a one-time special prize.
There is a one-time special prize,
Yeah,
one
don't
of a
be
kind
sharing.
item. So question number 2, clue number 1 is bumbling Prime Minister's first name. And clue number 2 is slow primate. So question 2, clue number 1 is bumbling Prime
like that
Minister's
one.
first name. Clue 2 is a slow primate.
I like that one. That's a good one. I don't get it.
I'm not gonna lie. This is confusing.
You got to get them both to get the point.
I was gonna not swear then, and I realised we can fucking say what we want. Can't we?
You can, yeah. So question number 3. Clue number 1 is UK city bordering North Somerset and South Gloucestershire, among others. And clue number 2 is death machine. If you work out one, you might be able to work out the other, because they rhyme. What's a death machine? Yeah, of course. Number 3, so UK city bordering North Somerset and South Gloucestershire. That's clue number 1. And clue number 2, which will rhyme with whatever that is death machine.
What do you mean by death machine?
A machine of death.
I mean, I can turn most general day-to-day items into a death machine. What?
So
rhymes
question
with
number
stick?
4. Question number 4. Clue number 1 is beverage with a current tagline of taste the feeling. And clue number 2 is an old Facebook method of communicating.
Oh, yes.
He's got one.
No, I've
got
that
one.
Of course, I'm gonna get that one.
A beverage with the current tagline of taste the feeling. And an old Facebook method of communicating. If you've got one, you may as well have a guess at the other, because you know it rhymes.
What have you got? Orange.
Then you're screwed. You are screwed.
Orange Fanta.
So question 5, this is a nod to Mr. Mickey P. Kerr, the Leeds-based comedian who came on our show, which will be released on the 1st of December.
Plug.
So clue number 1 is the capital of France. Don't shout out what the answer is.
I know the opening's lyrics did say to shout out what the
yes,
answer
I know,
is,
that's
but we've
confusing.
altered it.
I should have rewritten it for the live show. Okay, so clue number 1, capital of France. And clue number 2, a car from Toyota. Car from Toyota.
Okay.
Pretty much.
What car rhymes with Madrid?
Okay, number 6.
Or is it Copenhagen? I can't remember. There's too many
It's
capitals.
F.
Number 6. Clue number 1 is a popular Christmas vegetable. Popular Christmas vegetable. I say popular.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Might be stretching it a bit with that.
Oh, right, okay.
And clue number 2, a form of arthritis.
What?
Oh, yeah, because we're all fucking medics here, aren't we?
Well, it rhymes
well
with the first
versed.
one. It rhymes with the first one.
Oh, wait, you know what?
I never said it was gonna be
I've got
easy.
it now. Because I did that thing that you told me to do where you rhyme it with the other one.
Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing.
And after that, it got quite easy.
Yes, of course. So,
No, you can't.
number
Sorry.
6, clue number 1 was a popular Christmas vegetable, although popular is debatable. And clue number 2 was a form of arthritis. So, is there what?
What the... Did
Is
you
there
just
what?
say?
It'll keep getting higher until you repeat
Is
it
there
back.
what?
Right, you do your own podcast next year. Right. We've got this one covered, thank you very much.
Okay, number 7. I'm moving on. I can't hear what you're saying. Number 7. So, from a US sitcom, she was married to Greg, is clue number 1. US sitcom, she was married to Greg. And clue number 2 is getting your comeuppance.
Children.
No?
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Getting your comeuppance.
Yeah. There's some people writing.
I don't know what comeuppance means, to be fair.
Not
Standard.
going to help you.
I
See,
don't
you
know-
can't use these words when
don't know.
Benson's here.
I don't know who the hell Greg is. What's the title of the sitcom?
Well, that will give it away. I can't really give you the title of the sitcom.
Who's Greg?
So,
The sausage roll guy?
question 8, final question now, final question. Okay, clue number 1 is a Python surname, and clue number 2, a type of wave. A Python surname and a type of wave.
Cobra. Oh, that's not a python, is it?
No, it's a cobra.
I didn't know they gave pythons surnames these days.
Sammy Snake. Surname Snake.
What rhymes?
Okay,
Greg.
I'm going through the answers. So, number 1 was the band who have the best-selling greatest hits album of all time and a popular breed of dog. Snoopy was one of them.
Can I answer this one? 'Cause
Yes,
it's the
go
only
for
one
it.
I've got. Is it Beatles and Beagle?
No,
No.
no, they don't have the best, greatest selling hits.
And
It's
it doesn't-
Eagle and Beagle.
Eagles and Beagles. The Eagles and Beagles.
Eagles and Beagles, not
I will-
Beatles and
Yes,
Beagles.
I will allow Eagles and Beagle. What? No, not 1
Yeah,
point
it's
for
have
each. You got to
both.
get both. You got to get both to get the point.
Wow. Hang on. The Eagles only have one song.
They do not.
The Eagles have the best-selling greatest hits album
What,
of
just
all
because they did
time.
Hotel San Francisco and now they've all of a sudden got all of a sudden got this.
So number 2 was bumbling prime minister's first name and a slow primate. Any up here get that?
Boris and Loris.
A Boris and Loris.
Hey.
Anybody get that? Boris and Loris, a slow Loris type of primate. Yeah, got some nods down here. Okay, number 3 was a UK city bordering North Somerset and South Gloucestershire, among others, and a death machine. Did you get anything?
Did a fuck.
Got nothing.
I got fuck all there.
Bristol Pistol.
Pistol. Oh,
Bristol Pistol. It was Bristol Pistol.
When you said Death Machine or Death Trap, whatever you called it, I was
wouldn't
thinking of
call
like a motorbike.
I wouldn't call a gun a machine.
I went with it, so shut up. Number 4 was beverage with the current tagline of Taste the Feeling and an old Facebook method of communicating, Benson.
Coke and Poke.
Coke and poke.
Coke and Poke.
Back
Said I'd
in the
get that
early
one
days
right.
of Facebook, you used to poke people, apparently.
That the new Netflix and chill, Coke
Yeah,
and Poke.
yeah, Coke and poke. All right.
Once you got a bird poking you on Facebook, you were laughing there.
So, number 5, the capital of France and a car from Toyota. Did we get that, gentlemen?
Paris and Toyota Hilux.
Yaris. Paris and Yaris was your correct answer. So, number 6, a Christmas veg, popular Christmas veg, debatable, and a form of arthritis. Did you get that, Adam?
No.
Did you get that, Benson? Anybody get that out there?
Oh, I got that one.
Sprout and gout. Sprout and gout. Sprout and gout. Yes, sprout and gout. Okay, number 7, from a sitcom, she was married to Greg and getting your comeuppance. Anybody up here? Nothing. I can see
nothing.
you've got nothing.
I got
Nothing.
blank on that one.
Dahmer and Karma. Dahmer and Greg and Karma getting your comeuppance. Dahmer and Karma. Well done.
Who were Dahmer and
Congratulations.
Greg?
It's a US sitcom. It's terrible. It's terrible.
Who was Dahmer and Greg?
And finally, number 8 was a Python's surname and a type of wave. You two must have got this one. What do we get?
Definitely.
Yep, John Cleese and Tsunami.
Idle title.
Idle title.
Hey.
I don't think I got the idea of this one.
So,
I think you missed out.
tot up your
completely.
scores. Tot up your scores. Remember, if you got the fact hunt, you've got 5 from the previous round as well.
It's a total of 13.
What's that? No half points. You've got to get both of the rhyming words to get a point. So 5 if you got the fact hunt, add to whatever you got from there. So by show of hands, is a maximum of 13 points on off here. From a show of hands, who got 8 or more? Ooh.
Nerds.
9 or more?
Nerds.
10 or more?
Oh.
11 or more?
Oh, it's getting climatic.
12 or more?
Oh, is it Wade? 12.
What did you get? 12. You got 12.
12
Oh my
versus.
God, tiebreaker.
Oh my God, we got the tiebreaker.
How strange that the two people sat next to each other got the same score.
How
And the two
interesting.
people
How
that
very
travelled
strange.
up with us today.
Okay, so the tiebreaker then, we're going to have to be quick with this. Tiebreaker, lady and gentlemen. If you were to add the total time of episodes 1 to 20 of Killer Rabbit, how long would it be in minutes? In minutes. Episodes 1 to 20. To give you a clue, the longest episode we did was 104 minutes. The shortest was 58 minutes. You've got 5 seconds.
So if you take 7 meters and divide it by 10.
You don't do math, Benson.
In minutes. It's got to be in minutes. I don't want hours. Don't want any of that
I want it in miles per hour.
Oh, Jesus, Benson. Okay, so, gentlemen, sir, what did you get?
You
You had a brain fart.
That's my job to do that.
have to take a guess.
1,600. And what did you get?
That's very close, that.
How is this possible?
Mind games.
It's 1,590.
As if you
exactly
lit-
bang on.
Well done, Lisa. And what do you win?
Come and get your prize. Come and get your prize.
Yeah, pretty much.
There
You get Benson's pants, yay!
also
You actually get the bag.
And all of the other things inside as well. Congratulations. Congratulations there. Well done. Good hustle on the quiz.
Well done, Sam's partner.
And that was quiz on your... And that was
know,
quiz on
right?
your face.
I'm calling fix.
And the final story of the night goes to Mr. Adam Chase. Adam, what do you have for us, good sir?
I've got to find it first. Where is
Okay.
it?
We'll give it a
Somewhere in this
second.
It's
mess
like
of
do that thing
paper.
that they do when the credits are rolling on the news and they pretend to shuffle the paper
Oh,
around.
yeah, yeah. Just
And all
make it
it's
look like
saying
you're
on it
doing
is you're an overpaid asshole.
Look busy.
Talk to each other.
So my story this evening, I've chosen this because it perfectly encompasses why I love the internet and why I hate everything celebrity.
Okay.
So it's a story about Macaulay Culkin. That guy. You may remember Macaulay Culkin
the
from
guy
Home
from the
Alone.
painting?
The guy from what?
The painting.
Yeah, the guy from the Scream.
Oh, Scream.
Yeah, that's it. No, the guy from Home Alone and who had that unfortunate incident with Michael Jackson.
What other films was he
allegedly.
from?
I don't know what else he was in. Home Alone 2?
He was in the one with John Candy.
Is that it? Was it in any
That's
other
all.
films? Oh, Richie Rich.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That sounds more like a game show. That's like a.
It's a film.
Sorry.
You never seen Richie Rich, Benson?
What's that? Nothing. Hold on. Just communicate to me again.
So anyway, Macaulay Culkin recently decided to do something that we've learned already is a stupid idea, and he decided to put an online poll for people, his fans, to choose his middle name.
What?
To choose his middle name. So he put a poll up to change his middle name, and the internet got to decide what it would be.
Was it Namey McName face? 'Cause that's the usual way the internet
Well,
tends to go with these
That's
things.
what's happened before, hasn't it? So the
Has
natural.
he not got a middle name then?
Well, he had a middle name.
with a
It's
name
now
like-
been changed.
He wants to change
With
it.
a name
wants to
like that,
change
you're
it.
not really going to want a middle name, are you?
With a name like Macaulay Culkin.
I can't pronounce
This is
it.
too much for Benson to handle.
It's too many M's.
We've seen this happen before. We saw with the Natural Environment Research Council. They were naming a research vessel, and what won?
The Boaty McBoatface.
Boaty
They didn't
McBoatface.
call it that, though.
They didn't end up
they?
calling it that, but that's what won.
Democracy, eh?
No, everyone votes for it, and you don't get it.
Yeah, that's like.
Shut up. And Doncaster Council did it as well with two gritters.
I thought you were going to say what they're going to call Doncaster.
Oh, was one called Gary Gritter?
No, one was David Plowie,
David Plowie.
and the other one was Gritsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Anti-Slip Machine.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Go on, internet.
And what won?
Well, I'll get to that.
Okay.
So he's obviously not learned. Now, Macaulay Culkin had put this on his lifestyle website, which is called Bunny Ears for some reason. So, who the fuck does this guy think he is? Like,
He's a
what the
strange
fuck?
fella.
Has anyone seen him recently? Like, I'm a beanpole, and I'm quite skinny, but this guy just takes it to the next level.
He looks like the guy at the train station who asks you for money.
Yeah, that's it. He
I've
looks like a
genuinely not
crackhead.
seen him since Home Alone.
Oh my god, he looks
Has he
awful.
grown up and everything?
Imagine
Yeah,
the same
he's
face,
big.
but more heroin. You're essentially there.
Yeah, that's it. Well, normally that happens after some sort of childhood trauma, like getting touched by a pop star. But
Yeah, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
that'll do it.
Just moonwalk past that one.
I'll go to the runners-up first and what came second, so
okay, please
you know what this is up
Can we have
against.
a
So
drum roll?
second was the McRib is back. So it will be Macaulay, the McRib is back Culkin.
Why allow the internet to make these decisions?
Well, we know this is a bad idea,
yeah.
but you know, one of my favourites was exactly what this is. Someone just suggested publicity stunt.
As his middle name.
Yeah.
That's what I would
Macaulay
have gone with.
publicity stunt Culkin.
That's what I would
Another runner-up was Shark Week.
Shark.
Yeah, Macaulay Shark Week Culkin.
Why did so many people go for that?
I don't know. It sounds a bit too badass for Macaulay Culkin, doesn't it? Shark Week Culkin.
Yeah, like Goldfish Week might be more
Goldfish Week
appropriate.
would have been much better. No, so what won was Macaulay Culkin.
As his middle name? Macaulay Culkin Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin Culkin is now Macaulay Culkin's full name.
Well done,
Like,
internet.
what-
Well done, internet. Congratulations on that.
So this is it. This is why I absolutely adore the internet for doing these sorts of things. We know you don't let the internet choose these things. You end up looking ridiculous, and it was a publicity stunt. Everything after Michael Jackson's death ended, so he's not in the news anymore. So he needed his in, and now he's Macaulay Culkin.
That's what Michael Jackson needed as well, apparently.
Just shows that you can't trust people, really, doesn't
can't
it?
trust
'Cause
people
No, you can't
at
just
all.
pedos.
All right, yeah, that's sorry. That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Other pedos are available. Sorry.
But that's it. Yeah, I bet you've broken Benson.
So there you go.
That's it. Macaulay Culkin. Well done, Macaulay. You look like an idiot.
It looked mint on the Home Alone box now at the top. You know, it's got the name on the DVD cover, and it's just like 2 lines of his name.
Macaulay Culkin Culkin.
Just two lines. Macaulay Culkin.
Fantastic. Is that your story?
That's my story.
There we go. That's Adam's story, everybody.
Hey! Woo!
Okay, if you listen to the show, you'll know what that sound means. We're coming to the end of the show. We do like to feature up-and-coming artists. We quite often feature local artists on the show. We like to do our bit for Leeds musicians and people from Yorkshire and the wider community.
Yorkshire.
This last season, we've actually been debuting artists from all over the world. We've had artists from Denmark on there, like Chris Gray and the Blues Band.
Yeah.
We've had Clark's Bowling Club from France as well. So...
We also had the Himalayan Throat Singers of Doncaster.
We did indeed.
Doncaster. From far and wide in the Himalayas of Doncaster.
Doncaster. Yeah. So tonight we've got a really special treat for you. If you have listened to the show, in episode 10 we tried to play these guys, and what happened, Adam?
The killer rabbit kidnapped me and you.
What are you going to do? And then, it's a true story, there's videos of it and everything. It was a horrible experience. I don't know why you're laughing.
I enjoyed it.
And then we tried to play them again in episode 20. And what happened, Benson?
We got summoned to hell by the Satan rabbit.
We did.
Which is obviously a very realistic thing to happen.
Yeah. It just happened, didn't it?
It is. So tonight they've come all the way to Thirsk to join us, and we're really excited about it. This is the Tin Foil Wombles, everybody. Make as much noise as you can for the Tin Foil Wombles.
Yes,
Here they come. Here they come. Here they come. Come on. Come on.
Wait, it's us.
What?
We're the Tin
Yeah,
Foil
we're the
Wombles.
Tin Foil.
Shit. Okay, so if you know the words, which you will, please sing along. It will really make this. And if you can whistle, even better. Because we
'Cause we
decided we'd do
can't.
this
We're
song
terrible at
and
it.
then realised that we couldn't whistle very well. So please help us out.
Some things in life are bad. Are they? They can really make you mad. I'm not mad. Other things just make you swear or curse. Fuck! Shit.
Bollocks.
When you're chewing on life's gristle, down, Ramble, give a whistle. And that will help things turn out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Life seems really fine, it's something you've forgotten. And that's the laugh and smile and dance and sing. If you're feeling the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's the thing. Hey, always look on the bright side of life. Always look on the bright side of life. Life is quite absurd, and that's the final word. You must always face the curtain with a bow. Forget about your sin, give the audience a grin. Enjoy it, it's your last chance anyhow. Hey, always look on the bright side of life. Just before you draw your terminal breath. Life's a piece of shit when you look at it.